Welcome to the Endless Honeymoon Podcast.
My name's Moshe.
Great.
Yeah, my name's Moshe. I wanted you to know that.
I'm Natasha.
Your mother to me. Today's the day after Mother's Day. I know this isn't dropping the day after Mother's Day, but in the spiritual timeline, in the reality recording-based timeline that we live in, today's the day after Mother's Day. And I would like you to officially admit that I fucking nailed it.
Honey, you killed it so hard.
Yep. It only took me 10 years.
It was so cute what you did.
What I do. Tell the listeners what I did.
Well, you still have not accepted the fact that I am the sole beneficiary of Mother's Day. You still try to split the day in half with your mom, but you know what? I'm okay with that.
Do you even believe that you're the sole beneficiary?
Yes, I believe that now that I am the mother of your child, Mother's Day is for me, not for your mommy.
That's what you think?
Yes. But listen, we've already discussed this.
Are you doing this for comedic podcast effect, or do you really believe that?
I believe that.
You think
I think 90% of your Mother's Day vibes should go towards your wife who bears your children, and then 10% towards your mommy who raised you.
Well, you say mommy, and it's a rhetorical choice to say mommy.
Listen,
you're trying to emphasize the fact that I'm unevolved if I still honor my mother. You know, the 10 Commandments, which is, as we've discussed many times, what this podcast is based on. It's always been a 10 Commandments based podcast. It says honor your mother and father. It don't say shit about your wife. It doesn't even mention that.
Yeah,
well, actually, it does.
On Shabbat, you bless me every week.
But that's not the 10 Commandments. Actually, it does. In the 10 Commandments, it does mention wives. It says don't fuck your homie's wife. That's
okay,
the only
well,
time
that's
they
when
mention
women
the wife.
were also like property.
Nope. No. In the time of the Bible, women were in a great position in society.
All right, listen, I don't want to go deep into the weeds of that. I accept that you are a mommy's boy. But I will say you landed from Indiana. You had great shows in Indiana.
I did have great shows in Indiana. I will say I switched my flight. You know, the nature of a comedy club is that your late show goes until about 11:30, 12, would you say? Mm-hmm. You go a little shorter than me. So yours go till about 11, 11:30. Mine 11:30, 12. I switched my flight to a 6 a.m. flight. And by the way, the club I was in, hour drive to the airport. I got up 3:55 a.m. You know who I had on my mind? My mommy. But also my other mommy, you. So
you landed, you had brunch with your mommy.
Yes, mommy and I had brunch together.
And then
I let her wipe me just to bring back old memories.
And then you scheduled for me a secret massage. You drove me to this cool, beautiful place, dropped me off for 90 minutes. You did drop me off, I will say.
Okay, this wasn't the best part of the day.
So Moshe's like, I have a surprise for you. So he comes to pick me up. He's had brunch with his mom. His mommy. He comes to pick me up. He's like, okay, I'm going to drive you to the secret massage. He's driving me, and I'm noticing the Tesla is running out of batteries as he's driving me, dropping me off in the wilderness somewhere. We're like deep in some weird, more rustic area of California that I had not seen before.
I would say I was pushing it. Listen, here's the thing. I bought my Cybertruck a month ago.
Wait, do you know they only sold 4,900 Cybertrucks?
That can't be true.
It's true. It's like a huge wash, but
really?
I've seen so many.
Well, we live in California.
So go ahead.
So I bought my Cybertruck.
He has a Tesla.
A month after the election. I never wanted an electric vehicle, but then I saw what the CEO was doing. Some of the kind of like really pragmatic cuts that he's been making. The Department of Education, USAID.
Okay,
that's when I made my choice. Anyway, I was running very low on battery, and I really did think that I would make it to the charger. But I will say that we had our child in the car, and I hit zero about a mile after I dropped you off.
Right. It was just a funny idea. Like, here's a massage, go relax. And I'm like, are you going to make it home? And you're like, oh no, I'll be fine. And it's showing that it's going to be -1 by the time he reaches a charging stop. So it's like, here, relax. I'm going to go back on the freeway with our child on a car that's about to die.
You've really, in our relationship.
But that was cute.
Let me say this. You've really found a way to extract a worry out of a really beautiful thing that I did for you.
It's a talent.
In our relationship, we've been together almost 10 years. Have I ever run out of gas?
No.
Or battery?
No.
Have you?
Not in the 10 years we've been together. Have I?
Yeah.
I used to when I was in high school.
No, honey. Multiple times.
I've run out of gas?
Multiple times. Yeah, that's
what?
right. Yeah.
When?
I can't believe you don't remember this. It doesn't matter. Let's not get into the minutia. I got her a massage and then took her out to a beautiful beachfront dinner, honoring, as I've always felt, the mother of my child. That's what Mother's Day is about. It's about honoring the mother of your child and dishonoring your own mother.
No, but you made it an event, and I really appreciated that. And our daughter got inspired. She wanted to cut these roses from a wild field she saw.
We're living a good life.
And Moshe helped her do that to present them with me. And then I felt honored. Thank you.
I do honor you, honey.
It's not about like wanting gifts. It's about wanting, kiss the ring.
You want me to kiss the ring? Man, that Italian in you really dies hard. So you gotta kiss the ring. Kiss. Honor me. Honor me.
Why not? Why shouldn't?
I do honor you though, honey. Thank you so much. Thank you for bringing our child into our lives.
And I will say too, I asked my daughter, we went on a walk while you were having lunch with your mommy, and we were talking about patience, and she was like, I don't want patience. I don't like patience. I don't need it. And I was like, oh, okay. And I said, do you have any friends at school that have any qualities that you would like to have? And she goes, yeah. And I go, what? And she's like, better lunches.
That's a beautiful quality.
So she
doesn't know what a quality is.
Okay, I guess that's true. But also I feel she's got like 2 friends whose parents are professional chefs. Right, I can't compete.
That was the insult to injury part. It's like, yeah, of course, the person who owns a professional meringue Instagram account is making better lunches than the stand-up comedian. But what's the observational humor output of those cooking dorks?
I feel so bad, and I try so hard.
Mm-hmm.
I get her a hot component. I just can't score.
You know what? It's not about that.
It comes back every day. Barely touched, criticized.
My mommy's deaf, and I was never like, you know what I really dislike is how much my friends' parents can hear my voice. I accepted my mommy for who she was and focused on the parts of her that were additive. Yes, Natasha, you'll never make her a good school lunch. Yes, you are one of the worst cooks I've ever met. Yes, these things are true. But you are sophisticated, you are hilarious, you are thoughtful and wise, and you are the mommy in my life that is number 2 to me.
Well, thank you. And I wish next time, make a mental note. Yeah. I would have liked...
Oh, this is a note on how I did?
I would have liked you to say all that in front of our child last night.
Oh.
That would have been nice. That would have been a nice cap on kissing the ring. Okay, now let's talk about how great your mom is and all the things she does for you. Because that's probably the one day of the year you would do that.
Well, next year, I'll give it a whirl. What do you got planned for Father's Day?
I don't know, but it was funny. Yesterday morning, we called you as you landed on our walk, and our kid was like, can we just talk to you the whole way? She just wanted you to stay on the phone. And then when you hung up, she was like, when's Father's Day?
Oh, yeah. She's kissing the ring that counts.
I think she's noticed, somehow she's figured out you might have more clout. Because you have...
How do I have more clout?
You have a deeper voice. You get more angry at her.
Well, I do feel like in our relationship...
You seem more important.
I feel like, who's the elder Cleaver? Who's Beaver's dad?
Ward?
Yeah, Ward. I feel like Ward Cleaver sometimes around the house. It's funny when life is a series of falling into developmental and behavioral cliches that you thought you were immune to. I'll be in one room and you'll be in the other trying to get our kid to do something. And you'll be like, Moshe! And I come in all like, Dad.
She's so scared if I say that I'm going to call you.
I know.
She's like, no, don't call Dad!
It's so pathetic. It's why are we just in these tropes of humanity? I come in
obviously something you're doing.
Well, I think it's something maybe gendered. Maybe it is the deep voice. Maybe it is. Maybe the evolutionary information that she's afraid of is that if she pushes it too hard, I'll just leave. Maybe that's from when they were apes, Mm-hmm. If the ape baby was too annoying, then the father ape would just be like, I'm going to another tribe. Peace, guys. I'm out. I'm gonna go find bananas elsewhere.
Right. Well,
anyway,
thanks for keeping your eyes on our family and finding bananas around us.
Honey, I'm not
we
going
really
anywhere.
appreciate
You're
it.
my top banana.
Well, thank you.
You are the top banana. And I will tell you that there's no ape that I'd rather fuck than you.
Oh, thanks so much.
Happy Mother's Day, everybody. I think we have a caller on the line. Hey, Tosh.
Yes, Moshe.
It was 95 degrees in Los Angeles yesterday.
Chic.
Chic if you have the right things to wear. Things like 100% European linen shorts from Quince.
They have 100% European linen shorts and dresses from $30. Luxe swimwear with very cute designs, Italian leather platform sandals, and so much more. And the best part, everything with Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than what you'd find at similar brands.
How do they do it? They do it by working directly with top artisans and cutting out the middlemen. Quince gives you luxury without the markup.
And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes.
So, all you have to do to treat your closet to a little summer glow up is go to quince.com/honeymoon for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns.
That's QUINCE.com/honeymoon to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/honeymoon.
Hey, Tosh.
Yeah, Moshe.
Would you like a huge big gulp of corn syrup-addled soda that would go right into your veins and give you all kinds of problems?
Not really.
Okay, what about a soda that's got 6 grams of fiber and is made with real fruit juice?
You're saying fiber in a soda pop?
That's right. It's interesting you call it soda pop because it's called Simply Pop.
Simply Pop is a new fruit-forward beverage of prebiotic sodas made with 6 grams of prebiotic fiber to support your gut health, vitamin C, and zinc to support immune function.
Did I mention it's got juice? It's got juice. Soda Pop just got juicy.
There are 5 flavors: pineapple mango, lime, strawberry, citrus punch, and Moshe's favorite, fruit punch.
I love fruit punch. But I don't do it anymore because it's got all that nasty stuff in it. Not with Simply Pop. It supports gut health with 6 grams of prebiotic fiber. Prebiotics. It's got that zinc, it's got that C, and it's got that flavor. Simply Pop is flavor that pops.
Go to CokeURL.com/simplypop to find out where you can try Simply Pop.
Get on that juice. Find out where you can try Simply Pop at CokeURL.com/simplypop.
For flavor that pops, the Endless Honeymoon podcast chooses Simply Pop. Go to CokeURL.com/simplypop to find out where you can try it. All right, we're going to call Joanna in Maryland.
Yeah. Joanna.
Hi, can y'all hear me?
Yes, hear you loud and clear.
What's up, girl?
How you doing? I like that one piece of artwork behind you on the wall.
I have more, but
it's
thank
like
you.
It's like you put it up right before we started recording to prove that you're a real person.
Wait,
Yeah.
Joanna, where are you from?
Maryland?
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking you might be from one of those places. I'm from Rockford, but all these people I know from Rockford look really young. Like I looked 12 until I was like 30. And I thought maybe there's something in the water.
But
or
you don't know
something.
how old she is.
I'm assuming she's 29, but she looks 12.
I'm 25, but I look 12 all the time. Like people are like, who's over here? Like I get it all the time. You're spot on.
You do look 12. It is funny, though, that Natasha overestimated your age in this anecdote about how young you look.
She was trying to
But
make
you
me
look-
feel
you look
safe.
12 to
it's
us.
Okay. I hear that.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Exactly. Okay, so how can we help you?
All right. So basically, right out of high school, I started dating this guy. I moved across the country, was living in LA, but we were doing long distance. He told me the way to make it work was to move back home. So I did that. I got a place pretty soon after he moved in, and we've been living together for a while, got everything together, pots and pans, like furnished this place together. And then just recently, we decided to sign the lease again. And I kid you not, an hour after we signed this lease, he decides to break up with me completely spontaneously. And I had no idea it was coming. But I don't have family in this area anymore. I don't have anybody here. So he left and went back in with his mom. But because of signing the lease and everything that like I had established here. I have to stay here, but everything is ours. But now it's all mine. So I'm wondering, like, I would like advice on how to make this space feel more like my own now and less like ours or like something is missing. Because everything, like the couch we got together, everything is so attached to memories. I'm wondering how to not necessarily detach myself, but like how to be more comfortable here.
Did you ever get any closure from him in terms of why he spontaneously broke up with you 24 hours after you signed a lease?
It wasn't, it was an hour after. I don't even know if the ink was dry. Like I'm telling you, like, but he says he can't tell me why. He doesn't know how to say it. Like he doesn't. And and then he wants to go no contact. So I'm like from my angle, it's like, okay, whatever that is, let that be that. Like I can't decipher that. So now
you're like, now what? How do I cleanse my palate? How do I move forward in the space that I'm living with a single Ohana based surf piece of art? How do I make this space my own?
Thank you.
Exactly. Is this a 2-bedroom?
No, just one.
I see. So you can't get a roommate or anything.
Before we move on to what you should do, I just want to say, fuck that guy, man. Fuck that guy. It's such a fucking bitch move. I'm sure you've worked this out. I'm sure you know this already because you seem smart, but he did it on purpose to hurt you. And I don't understand.
Really?
Why would he do it an hour later? An hour later? An hour? It's like, why not do it an hour before? I feel such just anger on your behalf. I wish that guy the worst. I just want to say that. I want to toss that out there.
No, and I wish him the best, but I appreciate that because I completely hear I think, and this sounds rude, but I think he's just ignorant. Like, I just think he hasn't had, I moved on my own at 18. I've been alone since I was 18. He hasn't had those responsibilities. So I don't even know if he realizes what situation he put me in. But I know that's given him credit. And I appreciate what you said. I definitely.
He doesn't deserve credit. He probably doesn't have literal credit. That's the vibe I'm getting from him.
Have you ever painted before? Have you ever painted a house, painted a room?
Not a house or anything, like a picture.
No, like the inside of a room. Like, do you know how to use tape, to the edges and how to put a drop cloth down on your wood floor and all that?
No.
Yeah, you need is a man.
Well, I mean, I used to do that a lot. When I didn't have any money, I would always paint my apartments because I was obsessed with, trying to make them as nice as possible. And I even remember my college dorm. There was this thing that was kind of cool in the 90s, shabby chic, and you'd take a rag and you dip it and then you'd scroll it up the walls and everything. And I would do lime green and the whole wall looked lime washed. And then I literally just painted over the furniture that was in my dorm, white. And so it looked kind of like it was crumbling, but it looked really cool. But anyway, the point is it was so therapeutic and it made me feel so good to create this space that was unlike anything. God, I wish I had pictures of it. It was so cool. I mean, that was kind of my specialty growing up because I would always want to create the nicest environment I could. But you can do that really cheaply with paint and Vision.
How long is your lease that you signed?
A year.
All right, and you're not a hoe, is that right?
No, I wish I was.
That's a problem.
Then I could get so much work done. I know.
If you were a hoe,
what would she do?
There would be a great thing. It would just be to have a dude over in every space in the house, a new random ass dude that you could just have him spray his scent.
But they never even lived in this house together.
I'm just saying a hoe would be able to wipe the memory. Listen, the hoe might have other memories that would cause trauma.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
Yeah, they already had a lease. And then they were re-upping the lease.
We were renewing it when this happened. We had just renewed it.
Has he gotten rid of all his stuff?
No, it's all there. It's all still there.
Can she get rid of his stuff?
But then she won't have any stuff.
His stuff is my stuff at this point. I don't want to throw out board games. I want to throw out my pots and pans. It's just, it's a lot to it.
Wouldn't it be nice though to have some sort of dialogue over what belongs to what? or no?
She got it all. It's all hers. I actually do have an idea. She
doesn't want any of it.
Oh, good.
I do have an idea that's not hoe-based because unfortunately for you, you're just not willing to live the lifestyle that would really be necessary to cleanse your palate of this guy, which would be just fucking a different dude on the couch, fucking a dude on the kitchen table, fucking a dude on the board games, fucking a dude on the bed.
A different dude on each one?
Yeah, just
like
get that
plumber,
scent out there.
Like an electrician, like getting a gardener, like getting things done.
Yes.
I hear that.
But here's what I would do. First of all, I think, okay, you're in a fucked up situation and it's just, it is what it is. You've said it yourself. Like, he's over there. Let him do his ignorant shit. Are you going to move back to California at the end of the year?
I don't think so. I think
Probably
I have
not.
everything. Like,
Okay. Okay. I think that since you're not going to go with the whole life, you should go with the goddess life. I think you should have a party at your spot. Because this whole thing of like putting a cover over everything and everything is connected to him, that's an idea in your mind. In reality, it's just stuff, right? It's just a bunch of stuff. It's a couch. It's a board game. It's not his couch and his board game, but you've made a mental connection where you are like, oh, that's our couch. That's our board game. So what you do is you throw a big fuck that dude party. Right? You even though it's a 1-bedroom apartment, you invite all your friends and then you find a priestess in your local area to do a actual, and even though it seems silly and it's not your vibe, it's a symbolic, like a kind of a funny, fun thing where the priestess comes in. It's going to be a white lady. They're all priestesses are white ladies. And she lights a smudge stick or some Palo Santo, and she just does a ceremony to say, like, his energy's gone. This is your spot now. And then you get to detach the mental connection that you've made from your stuff. That's what I think.
And if you want to hire me, I'll do it for $300 on Zoom.
Oh, that's true. You could bring Natasha.
I'll clear. No, I guess I would do it for free, actually.
Yeah, do it for. Why are you charging her $300?
Wow,
oh, I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
Free. Wow. Thank you.
That is, by the way, you don't know, Joanna.
I second guessed charging you.
No, this is Natasha 101. I've told her there's some like sales technique, which is like the first person to speak in a negotiation loses. Natasha doesn't just speak. She talks herself down. So I'll do it for $300 or free or whatever. I'm sorry.
Because you know what? Money's energy. And I often find myself in possession of large bills that I've just found because, like often they're in Moshe's pockets from his merch and he doesn't even know where his money is or in the bottom of bags. But I just feel like money always comes to me the more I spend it. And I have a very energetic relationship with my money. And I'm not afraid of spending money doing things for free.
We should play this clip to the people that can't afford a dozen eggs right now. It should just be like Natasha Leggero going, the more I spend it, the more it comes to me.
I'm just saying, like,
you spoke it, so now you have to do it. You can't go back. There's so many witnesses. You put it out there.
Hey, listen, Natasha Leggero doing a smudge stick energy cleansing ceremony is not the worst idea I've ever heard.
For free.
And
I'll just do an impression of the people that I've hired for more than $300 over Zoom to clear my own house.
Because the thing is, it sounds like a comedy pitch, Joanna, but it's not. Because the thing is, as Natasha says, money is energy. So is the idea of ownership and the idea of like memory is energy too. It's not that your memories are fake. Obviously, they're real. But this idea that like, oh, if I'm in this couch, it's the couch that I sat on with him. That feels weird. That's a story that you're telling yourself. It doesn't mean it's not real. It doesn't mean it's not impactful, but you can start a new story. And I think like a symbolic like ceremony to start the new story, I think that's going to be more significant than, covering something with a cloth. It's like,
I'll do it. Because it's like a placebo. You just need someone to be like, okay, now do the Palo Santo and a cross and go around the room and say all of the things that I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I talk to my chairs.
You know what you need to infuse your new house with?
What?
Ohana.
Thank you. It was in front of me all along. I should have just seen it.
Yeah, it was behind you all along. To be honest, it was behind you all along.
Yeah.
All right, listen, I think it's important. Actually, I don't think I'm going to talk myself out of this job now, but I will help you if you need to. But you can just even like,
you don't
just
have
take
to do
some
it.
incense and have your own You have your own spiritual placebo, which will have a placebo-like or true effect. It'll work either way.
Well, I want to say one last thing. I think, because we've done this is, I think, the 308th episode. And a lot of times people call in and somebody does something sort of semi-unforgivable to them. And they are kind of psychically broken by that person. And your energy is so like positive and practical and real. I think that you're doing a very good job of dealing with a very fucked up situation. I'm impressed by you, and that man did not deserve you.
Ooh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you both. It's definitely a privilege talking to y'all, and I'm such a big fan. So thank you so much.
Okay, well, good luck, and be glad you didn't have kids with this guy.
Hey, I am.
That is hella real.
Yeah.
That is real, because you know what? When he would have told you he was divorcing you,
When I was
an hour after. No, an hour after. The child would be 1 hour old and be like, I gotta go.
Yeah,
on.
like,
I'm moving back in with my mommy.
It's really kicking in for me. Yeah. No.
Yeah, he's practice, and you're going to keep getting stronger.
That is real. I think about that all the time when people are in the midst of heartbreak. It's so hard to see from the middle of heartbreak, and you don't seem that broken by it all. But like every person that leaves you, even in an unceremonious way, they are doing you a favor. They are getting the fuck out of your life so that you don't have to live with whatever that kind of behavior creates when you're deeper enmeshed in a relationship. So you got this, Joanna. Ohana, always remember.
Good luck, honey.
Thank you. I appreciate
Solved it.
I solved it.
Yeah, we did solve it. Yeah, it's real. That was real. Just all you need sometimes is a white lady from a rich neighborhood whose husband makes money to come to your house and light some Palo Santo and do an incantation.
This lady made me feel better. She over the phone was like, your home is protected until April 4th.
But you know what? As
I'm like, cool.
As materialist as I have often been accused of being on this podcast, I really do believe in the power of like a mental decision. Like that's what marriage is, right? Marriage isn't real. It's a declaration of intent. It's a public declaring of, here, this is my partner. We have declared in front of our community that we're going to be together.
What if you're a boyfriend and girlfriend and haven't gotten married yet, but you still are just as strong?
No, I'm not saying that that's not true. What I'm saying is that the marriage ceremony, it has no innate, concrete, materialist difference. I'm actually saying what you're saying. It has no innate, concrete, material difference than being boyfriend and girlfriend, other than the kind of psychic declaration that you're making. So to the degree that like a person coming over and lighting a Palo Santo stick or a smudge stick or whatever and declaring the space free of that guy's energy, it's not real. But what's real about to me, it's not real. It might be real to you. But what's real about it is that you're engaged in the ritual of saying, I'm on to a new chapter in my life.
So why isn't that real?
It is real. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Israel.
You're saying it's real, but not in the way you think it is.
Well, I don't think, from my perspective, my materialist...
Do you believe in magic?
From my perspective, I don't think that the Palo Santo actually cleanses the memory of someone that lived there.
No, it's a petri dish. It aids in there's like 50 things.
It's a declaration. It's a spiritual intent. And I do believe in that. And that's as good as you're going to get from me. Hey, Tosh.
Yeah, Moshe.
Remember when we went on that relationship retreat?
That was sweet.
And we thought to ourselves, this should be the kind of thing that couples do at least once a year.
I know.
Now, thanks to the Paired app, you can do stuff very similar to what we did on that retreat every single day from the comfort of your home. It's an app where you go in and it basically gives you prompts to communicate in a deeper way with your partner.
You guys can put your phones down. You can have this little, over coffee, ask each other these questions. Have you ever felt overwhelmed, exhausted, distant, disconnected from your partner?
Have you ever struggled with, you fill in the gap? It's a way to get to know your partner in a deeper way. And it's really easy. It takes away all the awkwardness because the app is there and it's doing the heavy lifting for you.
Here's how it works. You and your partner download the app together, and every day Paired gives you personalized questions, quizzes, and games to stay connected, deepen your conversation, and have fun too.
It's a really cool way to bring up tough topics or loving topics and just, like I said, get a deeper connection to your partner. We did it, and we had a lot of laughs, but I also learned some things about you. They are not for public consumption. Sorry, listeners, you don't get to know what they were that I did not know before we got the app. So whether you're a few dates in or have been together a long time, find the time to connect with your partner and nourish your relationship.
You can start strengthening your relationships in an easy, fun way, and it only takes 5 minutes a day. Head to paired.com/honeymoon to get a 7-day free trial and 25% off if you sign up for a subscription.
Just head to paired.com/honeymoon to sign up today. Practice love every day with Paired, the #1 app for couples.
Download the app at www.paired.com/honeymoon.
Hey, Tosh.
Yes, Moshe?
I know that I bring a certain degree of stress to your life through my inability to schedule things for myself.
Yeah.
That's why I was really thrilled when the people at Skylight sent us their brand new calendar with a frame from Skylight. It's the Skylight calendar. It's here to keep our family organized, and it is beautiful. It looks like a painting. It's professionally framed.
Inventor of the Skylight lives in an ADD household like me.
I honestly think you're right. Because if your brain is already at full capacity with to-dos and errands, birthdays, and dinner planning for Tuesday, you can let Skylight Calendar handle everything. It syncs your entire family's schedule onto a sleek digital display so you can focus on the more important things, like, remembering where your keys are, or cleaning up your underwear that you left on the floor and ran away from because it caused you anxiety to think about having to pick it up. I guess what I'm saying is I have attention deficit disorder.
Skylight Calendar was designed to connect the digital and non-digital worlds while bringing families together. It is a Wi-Fi connected digital display that showcases your family's schedule with clarity, color coding, which is very helpful, and brilliance in either a 10 or 15-inch HD touchscreen.
I opened it up and I was totally impressed with how kind of awesome it looked. I mean,
we even put our kids' chores in there.
I'll tell you what, this is the best endorsement I can give of Skylight. When I opened it, I thought Natasha would accept this. They have an all-in-one smart calendar which syncs seamlessly with Google Calendar, with Apple Calendar, Outlook, or whatever it is that you use, which gives you a customizable view for daily, weekly, or monthly planning.
So anything I put into my calendar, my own personal calendar on my phone, anything Moshe puts into his own personal calendar on his phone, it all syncs up, plus you can add more things. So right now, if you live in an ADHD household like me...
Or do you just need to get your stuff together?
Let's get real, though. We all have ADD. Skylight is offering our listeners $30 off their 15-inch calendars by going to skylightcal.com/honeymoon.
If you're having a hard time keeping track of your life and you're thinking, I don't know if I can afford that, I don't know if it'll work for me, that's okay. You can try it. And if you don't like it, 120 days in, if you're not 100% thrilled with your purchase, you can return it for a full refund, no questions asked. Go to skylightcal.com/honeymoon for $30 off your 15-inch calendar.
That's skylightcal.com/honeymoon.
Yeah, that lady was cool. I wish her the best. Natasha, before we do secrets, a listener wrote in, and it's a really interesting letter, and I thought I'd read it to you and just kind of get your take. There are parts of this letter that I do relate to, but not all the way.
Okay.
All right. Person writes, "Hey, Natasha and Moshe. I am someone who was raised with a, quote, naked mom." By the way, that's the part I relate to. I was raised with a naked mom too, but it gets a little bit more intense than I am used to. My mother was a hippie, took me around hot tubs. This is a little bit more visceral.
Okay.
AKA, it was normal for me to come into her room and chat with her while she put on lotion after her shower. I can safely say, happily say, I never was in my mother's room while she put on lotion after her shower. I grew up with 2 sisters, went to sleepaway camp, and have always felt comfortable being naked around my female friends. Do you feel comfortable being naked around your female friends?
Yeah.
Full naked? Full bush?
Oh, yeah. I don't care.
Yeah. All right. That's your thing. As a straight man growing up in an immigrant Christian household, my boyfriend has almost an opposite.
Wait, this is a boy whose mom was putting...
No, this is a gal.
Okay.
But now she's writing about her immigrant Christian boyfriend.
Okay.
Right? As a straight man growing up in an immigrant Christian household, my boyfriend has an almost opposite experience with the nude body. He feels like it is respectful to keep our bodies for just each other. I agree that yes, our bodies are for each other sexually, but I get triggered hearing him say that because it feels like he's trying to control me. I hang out with my girlfriends and we go topless in the hot tub or to dance, and we've also done rituals to honor our bodies. Think self-care weekend. To me, this is a normal way to be with my friends, and there is a very clear boundary that it is not sexual. He often feels betrayal and just has a hard time understanding why I do this or how it is not sexual, since I am bisexual and so are all my friends. All my friends. We're also all in committed relationships with men. This is great. We've been trying to listen and understand each other and have been sharing more about our backgrounds, feeling related to feeling sexualized as a girl from a young age, and for him, hypersexualizing women and having a lot of shame and suppression about that. I feel very clear that I am not willing to discontinue doing something that makes me happy and feel empowered, although I also do not want to actively hurt him. Whose responsibility do you think it is to bend in this situation? How would you suggest we meet in the middle here? I've tried honoring his request, and it felt like overextending myself, and I think that this is more for him to process and work through than for me to stop doing. I'm curious what you two think about this. Also, you guys are cute, and I like you, and I hope you have a great episode. Okay, at the end, she betrayed her whole argument by trying to fuck the two of us. But anyway, she says, okay, bye. What do you think, Natasha? I've got a strong feeling here, but what do you think?
I mean, I just think she needs to not date a Christian square.
You know, it's...
No offense.
So funny that you mentioned that, because that's exactly what I think. I think there are certain, I know on this podcast, we talk a lot about people, you know, compromising and communicating and being clear with each other, and that every relationship requires, you know, flexibility and change. And I really do believe that generally in relationships, but I also believe, and you've said this before a lot, Natasha, that there are certain people that come from such different worldviews where their values are so fundamentally different that there isn't really flexible. It's not anybody's response. No one's wrong here. They're just incompatible. Their worldviews cannot meld because the framework that he's coming from, he cannot see you being around these women topless with your bisexuality as an asexual act. He's probably wrong about that. But it's not wrong that he can't get comfortable with it. He's just not capable of that. And on the other hand, this person, she's a freak and a hippie that was raised with freaks and hippies, and it's never going to be.
And also, oh, sorry.
Please.
I mean, I was raised in a very what's the word? Modest, Midwestern. I mean, I don't even think
American
anyone
Gothic
talked to me about my period. But I still am able to be very open. I changed. I evolved. So it's like, obviously, I don't want you to discount this guy, but if he's so hung up on it, it's like when I dated guys, when I first moved to LA, I would date so many guys and they like never had a female friend. Like they just believed all women were to either like kiss or fuck, or like they didn't like quite respect them in a way to have female friends. Then when I started meeting men who had like really close relationships with women, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I've been in a hot tub situation or hot spring situation naked with women, and I am I would say vigorously heterosexual man. Like I've never had a single homosexual thought. Never. No, I'm just kidding. But the point is, I like girls, and it's not that I would think it was weird if you asked me to stop ever doing something like that again, or to promise that would never happen again. I can't see you asking that. And right?
No, I wouldn't.
And the opposite is true. Like you have lots of exes that you're friends with. You have lots of male friends. And it's not that, you know, we would have to work it out if I was uncomfortable with it. It's that I don't think you would have married me if I was the type of person that would have been uncomfortable with that in the first place. We are compatible.
Right.
In that way. And I totally relate to this idea of her being around her friends in a hot spring and having it be a completely non-sexual experience, even though she is attracted to women. Because there are compartmentalizations of sexuality and of like hot springiness or self-care rituals that make sense to people from one background, i.e. we're performing at the Oregon Country Fair, and don't make sense to a person from another background. That's what I think. These people aren't meant to be together.
All right. Well, listen, Tess, good luck with that.
Okay.
What? It was cute.
Hey, Tosh.
Yes, Moshe?
Smell me. Really do it. Do you smell redwood with notes of evergreen and thyme?
Wait, I thought that was sandalwood and cypress.
Well, that was yesterday because I've been washing this week with Harry's body wash. Now, Harry's are the people that used to send me those razors that I loved so much. Now they are making body wash. And I already trust this company, and I'm smelling so good. There's a stone scent. It's got notes of charcoal and lime. There's a spring scent with notes of lemon and basil.
I just feel like smells are evolving. All these scents are made by a family-owned luxury French fragrance house. Whatever that old, I don't want to say any brand names, but
Yeah.
it has to do with chopping.
I don't know what you're saying, but I think it's bad. This stuff feels
I'm
so
just saying
good.
that the smells are so much better than they used to be.
It smells great and it feels great too. It's thick, sudsy, lathery, and foamy, and it's got none of those. We just learned about the bio layer that washing with harsh soaps can destroy on your body. This has no parabens, no sulfites, no dyes. It's non-stripping. That's the important part, and it leaves your skin feeling soft and conditioned. It feels like it should cost a lot of money, but you know how much it does cost?
$8.
$8 buckaroos. And you can trust Harry's because they are the men's grooming experts. I've been shaving with Harry's for years, and now I'm washing with them too. They also offer deodorants, antiperspirants, and a 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. It's a beautiful time to be a Harry's freak.
Be known for smelling amazing. Shower with Harry's. Try Harry's body wash today for just $8 at harrys.com/honeymoon. That's harrys.com/honeymoon for a sniff of this incredible body wash.
Sniff and smell like me.
Sniff the ring.
Sniff the ring. Hey, Tosh.
Yeah, Moshe?
You let me sleep in today, and I appreciate it.
No problem.
And I slept in comfort because of our Helix mattress.
I love Helix. I love our little, I sleep very hot. I love our little cooling pad that we have over it.
I love that we got a firm one so that my lower back issues have literally disappeared.
They really have.
No, they're gone. And it's because of the new mattress. I say this all the time.
Are you allowed to say that?
Okay, maybe it's not because who knows why. But there was a coincidental thing that occurred where I got a Helix mattress specific to the way that I sleep and my back issues. I got a really firm one, and I no longer have back issues.
Whether you have snoring, back pain, sleep apnea, maybe you have trouble sleeping too hot, you can get a Helix mattress. Go take their quiz, find out what kind of mattress would suit your life. Go to helixsleep.com/honeymoon for
their Memorial Day sale. It's 27% off site-wide and a free bedding bundle, which includes a sheet set and mattress protector with any Luxe, that's the one we got, or Elite mattress order. This is an exclusive offer for the listeners of the Endless Honeymoon podcast, so I am excited to tell you to go to helixsleep.com/honeymoon and get that offer. My life is better because of my Helix.
Go to helixsleep.com/honeymoon.
Natasha,
Yes.
would you like to hear some secrets?
Okay.
Hi there. So my secret is that I dated this guy for about 2 years, and I was so obsessed and in love with him. And when we broke up, every time he would try to move on that I figured out about, so we were still hooking up this whole time. And every time I found out that he was trying to move on, I would pretend to be pregnant. And then I would keep that shtick up for a little bit until he broke things off with that girl. And then I would pretend to have a very traumatic miscarriage so that he would send me money to pay for medical bills. And then I would use that money to pay off my credit card because I was in college at the time. And yeah, that ended. I stopped doing that cycle about a year ago. So yeah, that's my horrible secret. And I've never told anybody that before. Okay, thank you. Bye.
I think you can do that 3 times.
Well, while I was listening to The Secret, I was thinking, God, this is dark. This is kind of evil. But then I was thinking, the more I started to hear how many times this happened, I started to realize there's a certain level of dumb that if you're dumb enough to fall for that more than one time.
Why is he dumb? He's not ejaculating responsibly.
Well, and
then he's pulling out and she's like, I'm pregnant. And then he's like, okay. And he gives her money. He should be paying her.
The What do you mean he should be paying her? She wasn't pregnant. There was no miscarriage. It was a con.
I know, but why should it all be on her if there was?
There is no it. What should be on her? There is no pregnancy.
But there could have been.
But there wasn't.
There could have been.
Yes, there could have been. That was the con. Was the notion that there could have been, but there wasn't. My point is, after the second time, your girl is like, oh boy, I'm pregnant again. Oh boy, another horrifying miscarriage. You gotta start being a little suspicious. And if you're not, if you keep sending the money, it's a little bit like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, pay for the phantom miscarriage so that the person can pay off their American Express bill.
He keeps having sex with her after she gets pregnant.
Yeah, she keeps having sex with him as well. Honey, there is no world in which he is the bad guy in this situation. he hasn't done anything.
I'm just siding with women.
Yeah, in this case, it's a mistake. In this case, you don't side with the woman.
I do.
All right, fine. I accept.
Who cares? He's giving her probably $500 every time he fucks her and doesn't want to keep having sex with her.
$500 from him. It's a con artist. I'm glad you're not doing that anymore, and I'm glad you've moved on.
Get it out of your system. It probably felt good.
Get it out of your system.
And she paid off her bills.
Get it out of your system like those 4 fake babies came out of your system.
Well, I'm glad you paid off your Victoria's Secret credit card.
All right. One more secret, Natasha?
Yes, please.
I work with dead people for a living, and I was in an autopsy suite, and I couldn't leave the body alone, and security, I called them to relieve me because I needed to go pee, and they weren't coming for like 5 minutes, and I was about to piss my pants. So I ended up peeing in the sink, in the hand washing sink in the autopsy suite with a dead guy just unzipped, laying on the table naked.
I think that's pretty cool to work in an autopsy suite. I bet you have a very distinct
smell.
No, I was going to say a distinct disposition.
Definitely.
I bet it really takes care of some fear.
I bet you're good in bed. That's going to be my guess.
Why?
Anybody that works with the dead is probably down with like a finger in the butt.
Why?
I just, it feels connected. You know how like goth people...
Why is that connected?
Well, you know how like goth people, like, I always think it's funny that if you're a sexually vanilla goth, I really want to meet, if there are any listeners that are sexually vanilla goths, I really like to meet you. Like, a goth that only likes missionary, it's like, oh, I don't like anything freaky. It's kind of frowned upon in the community. You know what I mean? So it's kind of similar in the I work with dead people community. I feel like if I brought home a woman who was a mortician, and she's like, okay, you want to come back to my place? And we took all our clothes off. And she was like, I really just like gentle, eye-gazing lovemaking. I'd be like, what? You? I thought we were going to do some crazy shit, That doesn't feel connected to you?
I guess I can kind of see where you're going with this. But
in your mind, Natasha, what type of men, knowing nothing more about them than what they do for a living, would be good in bed?
Republicans?
Really?
Or I don't know, like, like guys who are like physical, they like they tractor.
Oh, like a big man, a big strong man.
Yeah, like.
That's what you want, a big strong man?
I didn't say I wanted it. When you say good in bed, isn't it famous that like dumb people are good in bed?
Sure. So you think big strong men are dumb? Is that kind of right? Let me just recap what's happened in this episode. You enjoy the thrill of spending money because there's always more coming, and you think that Republican strong men are stupid, but probably have thick, massive, girthy, hairy cocks.
Okay, no, I didn't mean to say that Republicans are the strong men. I was just trying to think of like people who maybe were like more working class or something.
No, I do think that this is a good question. Do you think...
I don't think it has to do with your profession.
If you fucked every Democrat and every Republican in this country, aside from being sore, who do you think... who do you think has the higher ratio of being good in bed?
Great question, Moshe.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So yeah, we'll wait for your answers to come pouring in.
Yeah, write us, let us know. endlesshoneymoonpod@gmail.com. If you'd like to be on the podcast, you can write endlesshoneymoonpod@gmail.com. If you'd like to leave a secret, you can give us a call, 213-222-8608.
And you know what? Go to our YouTube, subscribe, and also join our Patreon.
And by the way, of course, we should let you know that we are coming on tour in July 3rd in Los Angeles, July 6th in Oakland, July 15th in Seattle, 16th in Portland, and very special, we are doing a podcast live at the Oregon Country Fair with special guest Reggie Watts. There'll be special guests on every episode, but you can also come see us doing stand-up at the Olson Run Comedy Club in Eugene, Oregon, the weekend after the 16th. We'll just be doing straight stand-up there. There's a lot of fun stuff happening. Go to our websites, moshekasher.com, natashalegero.com, to see us live. You're going to Indiana. I'm going to Austin. There's a lot of good stuff coming up.
All right. Well, we'll see you soon.
Wait, one more. You're going to be at the Newport Rogue Island Comedy Festival Memorial Day weekend. They should come see you there too. More than anything, Natasha, I want to tell you that as the mother of my child who did not fake a miscarriage, but actually carried the child to term, I love you.
I love you too.